I remember the lights hitting my face like they always did, bright, unforgiving, pretending to celebrate me. But that night, standing on the stage of that Sunday show, my heart wasn't in my chest anymore. It was somewhere far away, shattered into pieces no one could see. My name is Sanma Akashiya. For years I gave life to beautiful heroines on screen, girls who fought monsters, fell in love, and found their happy endings. Fans called me the voice of innocence, the gentle soul. But behind the microphone, my own story had become something much darker. A story of love that turned into silence. A story of promises that turned into dust. It started like a fairy tale. I was riding high from my days on, a pair Sanma Sensei. That crazy, chaotic show taught me how to survive in front of cameras, how to laugh even when I wanted to cry. Sanma-san was like a wild teacher, sharp, unpredictable, always pushing. I thought I had learned enough to protect my heart in real life. Then I met him. He was also a voice actor. Our voices had danced together in recordings before our hearts ever did. When he looked at me with those soft eyes and said forever, I believed him. I stood in front of the world smiling, announcing our marriage with genuine happiness in my voice. I'll do my best, I said. We'll build something beautiful together. I really thought we would. For 5 years I poured everything into that marriage. I supported his career while chasing my own dreams. I came home exhausted from long dubbing sessions and still made sure dinner was warm. I laughed at his jokes even when I was breaking inside. I told myself that love means patience. Love means staying even when the warmth slowly disappears. But love wasn't enough. The fights grew quieter, colder. The silences longer. He stopped looking at me the way he used to. I felt him slipping away, like sand through my fingers no matter how tightly I tried to hold on. I gave him everything, my trust, my youth, my belief in us. And one day, it was simply over. The divorce papers felt like the final page of a story I never wanted to end. I announced it quietly, with dignity. No scandals. No public blame. I thought I could heal in private, away from the spotlight that had followed me since I was young. I was wrong. That Sunday, the lights were especially cruel. Sanma-san, my old teacher, grinned that mischievous grin of his and turned the conversation toward me. The topic was supposed to be the voice acting industry in 2026, fun, light, professional. But Sanma never stays on safe roads. Such a thing aside, you got divorced, didn't you? The words hit me like a slap. The audience gasped. Cameras zoomed in. I felt my face burn, but I stood up anyway. My legs were shaking. My heart was screaming. Yet I looked straight into the lens and said it. Yes, I got divorced. I could hear the crack in my own voice. That gentle voice that millions loved, the one that comforted people through anime girls and emotional scenes, was now exposing my deepest wound on national television. Sanma laughed in his signature style and said, "You said you'd work hard at happiness. But you didn't last very long, did you?" I fought back the tears and answered, "I did work hard. I worked hard for 5 whole years. But inside, I was breaking all over again." In that moment, every late night I had cried alone came rushing back. Every time I had smiled for fans while my marriage was quietly dying. Every promise he made that he broke. The betrayal wasn't loud. It wasn't another woman caught in photos. It was the slow death of trust. The way someone who once said I was his everything could become a stranger who no longer cared. I had given him the best years of my life. I had believed in our story. And when it ended, I tried to protect what was left of my dignity. But even that was taken from me under studio lights, turned into entertainment for the audience. Do you know how it feels when the world watches your heartbreak like it's just another episode? I stood there smiling through the pain, the way I had been trained to do since my days. But deep down, something shifted. The gentle voice actress who always forgave and understood others finally looked at her own reflection and whispered, "Enough." I realized that sometimes betrayal doesn't come from enemies. It comes from the person you chose to build your life with. And when they leave, they don't just take the love, they take pieces of who you thought you were. But here's what they can never take, your voice. My voice that once trembled is becoming stronger. The same voice that brought characters to life is now speaking life back into me. I'm learning to stand alone. To create new stories. To let the pain fuel something beautiful instead of letting it destroy me. To anyone watching who has felt abandoned, exposed, or broken by someone they loved with all their heart, hear me. Your pain is real. Your tears are valid. The nights you spent wondering what you did wrong are part of the journey. But you are not defined by their betrayal. You are defined by how you rise after it. I thought my happy ending died with that marriage. But maybe the real happy ending is the woman I'm becoming now, stronger, wiser, and kinder to herself. The lights on that stage eventually dimmed. The cameras stopped rolling. But my story continues. And this time, I'm writing it with my own voice. Moral reflection. Sometimes the people we love the most become our greatest teachers in pain. They show us what we're willing to accept and what we must never accept again. Betrayal breaks you open, but it also shows you how strong you really are. Never be ashamed of your story, even the painful chapters. Because one day, your scars will become someone else's hope. Thank you for walking through this chapter with me. If you've ever had your heart shattered by someone you trusted completely, you're not alone. Drop a comment and tell me, I read every single one. Until next time, keep your voice alive, even when the world tries to silence it.